Summer for most is synonymous with vacations, school holidays, barbecues, gardening and a variety of outdoor pursuits. So it's generally a really favoured and fun time of the year.
Sadly though, for some people, summer can mean going into hiding from what they perceive to be the terrors of summer. And therefore we'd like to share with you the top 5 summertime phobias that we get faced with most often in our clinic in this time of year.
In reverse order and in position 5, it's Galeophobia. Now this is a fear of sharks. Unbelievably, most people who have this fear have never actually had an experience with a shark. And most people that we've encountered with this fear have actually acquired it from watching the film Jaws. Now, there's a small minority that have the fear because they've been teased by a sibling at a really young age whilst maybe playing in the ocean or in a swimming pool, and the sibling or a friend pretending to be a shark.
It can be really debilitating too, because one of the most extreme cases that we encountered was a lady not only frightened of going in the sea, but even frightened of having a bath. Do you remember?
I do, yeah. I do remember that.
If you've got a fear of sharks, what you need to consider, how did that fear start? Was a real shark involved in that? Most often it wouldn't be. It was probably watching a fabulous film, being chased by siblings, pretending to be a shark or a childhood friend. So this fear can be quite easily overcome by questioning when that event happened, who actually caused the fear, and you'll find most of the time it won't be a shark.
That's so true. So in position 4, it's Astrophobia, or a fear of thunder and lightning. And we get asked about this so often at this time of year. Now we've yet to meet someone who actually has Astrophobia, who has ever been struck by lightning. Yet can you believe it's estimated that 10% of the population have a fear of thunder and lightning to some extent.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It really is. And this phobia usually starts in childhood, although no one is born with any phobias. But we are born with a fear of loud noises. So it's quite natural to jump when you hear thunder unexpectedly, which is likely why it started.
Please take time to subscribe to our channel, because we will be uploading a specific Astrophobia film in the coming weeks. But in the meantime, to help alleviate this fear, we'd like you to understand that thunder is simply particles banging together. So you could try and imagine them as tiny cymbals banging together.
I like
that idea.
Yeah, little symbols in the sky.
Yeah.
So in position 3, it's Aquaphobia, which is a fear of water. Now, most people we've helped to overcome this phobia have usually had a really bad experience. And believe it or not, the majority has been down to a swimming teacher who has not been very understanding and not very kind, and actually pushed children into the water to get them used to it and just to get them in. Now, obviously, it's absolutely right to respect water, but not to fear it. So if you do have a fear of water that stems from a bad swimming instructor, then realise you should blame the instructor and not the water.
And if you take a look at our website, speakman.tv, you can see us curing a lady of a 65-year water phobia because of just that. Her instructor, he held her head under the water, and that's what caused it, but you can see that on the website. In position 2 is a phobia called Apiophobia, which is a fear of bees and wasps. And again, we've successfully helped many people overcome this phobia. Like water, there's an element of respect when you're around bees and wasps, and you should observe that. And in fact, the same with any animal, for that matter. However, I actually remember an extreme case of a lady that we helped with Apiophobia who worked in the air ambulance service. And do you remember that she was in the ambulance, so in the helicopter, it was just about to take off, and a bee came in and she almost jumped out as it was taking off. Do you remember that?
I do. I mean, that's really extreme.
Fortunately, we got her over it.
We did. So do subscribe to this channel, or to our channel, to be notified when we add our helpful films for that specific phobia and lots of others. But in the meantime, please consider that bees and wasps, honestly, they are not remotely interested in you. They don't seek you out. And just like you, to be honest, they want to be left alone.
In fact, they just see us as a surface, don't they? Like a table or a floor or anything else. We're just a surface.
We are.
Finally, anyway, the most common summer phobia, number 1, is Aerophobia, also known as Aviophobia, which is as you guessed, the fear of flying. This phobia can be brought on due to bumpy flight, turbulence
usually.
Yeah, or as a consequence of other fears, and then you just blame the plane, such as claustrophobia, fear of enclosed spaces, emetophobia, which is fear of vomiting, or aquaphobia, which is a fear of heights.
Now we've got some great news, and that is that we have got a fabulous, helpful film for Aerophobia here on our YouTube channel. So if you're struggling with a fear of flying, don't let that spoil your prospective holidays. Take a look at our fear of flying film. And we'd just like to say thanks so much for looking in, and don't forget to have a browse around our YouTube to watch the various films that we upload and that we share on various topics to help you to feel happier.